Election was on Tuesday, and Donald J. Trump will be the 47th president of the United States.
Who's counting at this point?
We almost at 50.
First of all, I'm gonna shout out both sides for a great campaign. Great campaign. Fire. It was fire. Both sides. Trump won the election. At this current time that we're recording, he's got 301 electoral votes, and Kamala had 226. Total votes was 73 million votes for Trump, 69 million at this current time for Kamala. A few takeaways from the exit polls. She did get 85% of black voters, so shout out to us for supporting her.
All of us, almost.
52% of the Latino vote she got, and 54% of the Asian vote.
Damn, Asian people let her down. She half Asian.
Yeah. Let's see. Takeaways from the election. What takeaways do y'all have from this election?
I called it. I told y'all. But yeah, I think if she didn't get the turn, always thought if she didn't get the turnout that she wasn't gonna win, and that's what happened. She got 69 million votes, 67 million votes, something like that.
69 at this current time. Yes.
Yeah, I think Biden had 80 million when he won, so. To think about it, it's a 12 million people difference, 11 million people difference that either they didn't vote for Trump because Trump votes went down too, so people just didn't show up to vote this year because Trump had 74 million when he lost to Biden that had 80, so people just didn't show up to vote this year. But yeah, she just didn't pull the people out. People didn't go out to vote or support, and it was a different year in 2020. We had all the police shootings that year. The COVID was out. People wasn't working. I think people just really wanted to make a change that year.
Nah, you right. At home, nowhere to go. How do you feel about the election?
Yeah, I mean, deep down inside, I didn't think it'd be, if Trump won, I didn't think he would be able to do enough in 4 years to make a big difference. But I'm a little disappointed in the result. Yeah.
I find that interesting. What was the vibe though? What was your vibe Tuesday?
And when I was high hopes, and then once I started seeing the folks come in from once they started telling the numbers from Georgia and what the turnout was looking like in Georgia and how he was ahead in Georgia, I knew if she didn't win Georgia, she probably wasn't going to win. And then North Carolina kind of did the same thing. And then when Pennsylvania was looking like she wasn't going to win Pennsylvania, Michigan, I was like, well, this shit pretty much over.
Yeah.
What about you, man?
I mixed feelings, because me and my dad actually went out to vote this time. You know what I'm saying?
She got y'all to come out.
Yeah, she got my dad to come out. And my dad don't do shit. I'm talking about this man it's some scat packs out there. But, yeah, and my dad said some shit, man, that kind of resonated with me. I kind of understand how he felt. But he was saying, the day after I came to see him, he was just like, damn, man. He was like, I feel like I wasted my time. And I was like, why you say that? And he was just like, man, I actually got up and went out there and voted. And I ain't, the outcome is still Trump's the president. And I was like, damn, I understand where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? But, at the end of the day, it's just this is a corporation. That's what America is. And a lot of people get caught up in this talk of freedom and the pursuit of happiness and all of that stuff. You realize these freedoms cost. These freedoms cost us a great deal. And sometimes you don't get the outcome that you're looking for. And I had to tell my dad, even though you went out and voted and you didn't get the outcome you did, at least you did something. You know what I'm saying? And, sometimes you just got to just hope for the best. That's all we can do at this point in time. A lot of prayer, a lot of people coming together because we should have been doing that. But, honestly, if we're going to make it through these next 4 years, we just got to keep our hopes high and just hope for the best. Because, now it's nothing that you can do. So, yeah, man, just try to be better with people. And another thing I was hearing, I don't mean to go on a a long tangent, but I was listening to the DL Hughley show, and they was talking about like, you know, like just trying to understand the other side. Like I know like those people don't like us and all kind of stuff, but one lady said something that was real and it resonated with me. She was like, instead of getting mad at other people, try to understand like why sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like try to understand why they voted with them or something like that, so y'all can find a middle ground and go on, because regardless of what you think or what you believe, you still got to share a planet with these people. You know what I'm saying? So regardless if they don't like you or whatever, then hey, okay, that's your right not to like me, or that's your right, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, long as they're not harming you, it shouldn't bother you. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't bother you until shit get fucked up. So that was just my little tangent, little personal feelings that I went through. I'm not surprised at all by the outcome. I was hoping maybe that Kamala would win. And another thing, I went to the hoodest fucking the voting place ever. And there was so many damn black people out there. Like, it was a lot of black people, but it was good to see a lot of people that I seen from high school. Shout out to Portia. I seen her out there.
Just telling people who, like where they voted.
Yeah.
Snitching.
I ain't snitching, but you know what I'm saying? It was just a lot of people, you know, just out doing their thing. And it was dope to see people out there. But even though the outcome is not what it is, just try to be a better person. That's all you can do. You know what I'm saying? In this crazy world. So that's my tangent, and I'm going to pass it back to you, brother.
Was it a fast ass Portia?
Man, no.
Okay,
Stop with the
okay.
tangent
No,
shit.
nigga,
No,
was-
come on, focus,
Never mind,
lock
go ahead.
in. D, where you at?
Disappointed. I did not watch the election results, or during the election, I actually poured a drink, watched the movie. I did not want to, I guess, watch kind of what I already knew was going to happen. I was hoping VP Kamala won, but this is America. She's a woman. Outside of the racism things and the obvious, she's a woman. We haven't really had, she's the first black VP woman. So it's like she's already a first of something. So for her to have landed presidency would have been very, very far-fetched. But, you know, we were hopeful. And when I say we, I mean black women. We were hopeful because what we're worried about, what a lot of people that I've talked to were concerned about, was the thing that I think we talked about on here, was the Project 2025. That was a big thing that was going around. For me personally, I wasn't concerned with who won the presidency. What concerns me more even now, and I think I talked to you about this, is that the fact that everything is red right now. So when people say, oh, the president can't do much, the president don't run shit, well, guess what? Now he has support to actually do shit. Now he has support to take away basic rights that we have fought years to even get established. Now he has support across the Senate, across the House, across like judicial. He has the support. So it's concerning. It's frustrating. Yes, James is correct. We have to stay hopeful. We got to press forward. I think as black people, we adapt best. That's what we know to do. So we're going to adapt. We're going to continue to do what we need to do. If you are a person that's of market mind, you're going to continue to make money because the market going to keep printing. But it's still one of those things where it was like, I think that following Wednesday, I just did not wish to speak on politics.
Yeah, I hated to see so many people disappointed. I really hate that for you guys who were disappointed. I did want to get to like how good of a campaign that Trump did run. I do have to give him his props. He ran a great campaign. He like Johnny said in the group chat, meet people where they at. He got to those voters. He got to those voters who were undecided. He went on the podcast like the Joe Rogan podcast. He got out there and he spoke to the people and got those people to either change their vote or get on his side. Didn't need many, and I don't think Kamala did that. I think she went and reiterated her points to the people who were already going to vote for her anyway. I don't
I
think
mean,
she.
you got a point. She
you know-
didn't. They said when it came to Wyoming, Kamala didn't even visit them like that, but Trump and them were out there for months.
Yeah, I just.
You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that part alone.
I think she did a good job to only have 107 days. I think it was 107 days.
Yeah, and
She
then
did a
that's
good job to
another
only
thing
have
I was gonna
107
say.
days.
She didn't have a long run at all. It was right after Biden stepped down. That's when she stepped in.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like she had a good run at it, honestly. Like, if she could have came in as the candidate from the start, like, hey, this is who we running for, this is what we, I think she probably would have had a better outcome. But when you come in on a half leg, it's just like, and then on top of that, putting black people first is your thing that you're pushing. Oh yeah. So, I mean, hey,
I mean, and then she bought I think the polls, Biden was way behind. So she bought the polls up. Like I said, it was a closer race, I think, than what would have been. You know what I'm saying? I think they did a good job. I think she could have did a better job. I just think that, you know what I'm saying, that, like you said, it's 107 days. It wasn't enough time. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, the outcome was the outcome. But just listening to those exit polls and listening to, like, the takeaways, you could tell that Trump campaign was really effective.
Yeah.
It really wasn't. One thing that Dan Rather pointed out, they talked about was she spent too much time on abortion rights. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that women don't matter or anything like that. It was just that's cool, you gonna fight for that, but what else are you fighting for? So it was like she pressed that point too much. She could have spread her points out, maybe spoke to other things that people cared about. There's a lot of different issues that people do care about. One of those biggest issues that people cared about was the economy. And that's what most people were caring about. Now, I don't understand what they took from Trump that said, all right, I'll get the economy back right. Because Kamala literally had a plan listed out on her website. We still waiting to see what his plan is. But like I said, I think that was just the mark of a good campaign. Do y'all think anything for Project 2025 happens?
I think it gets talked about. I definitely think it gets in circulation.
I think some things do, because some of those things are just typical conservative rhetoric and that's their agenda. So I think some of the stuff does.
Some of the stuff has already been in the works since he was in first presidency. So I do think some things will go into play. Maybe not the big things that we're expecting, but
Seemed like the first thing he wanted to tackle is the immigration.
yeah.
That was his thing last time. The first thing he wanted to do was build the wall. Now he wants to do massive
build the
deportation.
wall.
They said it cost a few billions. Can he do it?